An elderly lady went on a cruise, and she went up to the bar and she told the bartender, "I would like a scotch with only 2 drops of water in it, please." So the bartender's making her drink. She says, "I'm on this cruise to celebrate my 80th birthday, and today's the big day." The bartender says, "Oh, well, congratulations. This one's on the house. Happy birthday." Well, the woman sitting next to her says, "Let me buy her one, too. Happy birthday, ma'am." She says, "Well, thank you. I'll have another scotch with only 2 drops of water." Well, another man walked up and had overheard it and said, "I'd like to buy her a drink, too." She says, "Okay, well, that's great. I'd like another scotch with 2 drops of water." The bartender kind of looks at her and says, "Okay, well, what's with the 2 drops of water?" She said, "Son, when you get to my age, you learn that you can hold your liquor pretty well, but when it comes to holding your water, that's a whole different story."
And the FanDuel Sports Network's Dave Maetzold joins us now in the Workday Kickoff following last night's tough 4-2 loss, final goal an empty netter. And Dave, they darn near outshot him 2-1, but what a night in goal by former Jacket Jonas Korpisalo.
Yeah, Corpy really got the best of the Jackets, especially in that first period last night. I mean, they had so many really grade A opportunities. Adam Fantilli had one. Matthew Olivier, I think, had 4 shots on goal in the first period, and they could only get 1 out of that. So the second period, I think they dropped off a little bit, and Corpy had that weird thing where he got called off the ice because he had to go through concussion protocol, and then he comes back, and he's even better in the third period. So it was just a weird kind of game and a tough loss for the Jacket.
It really was. It's hard to sustain winning streaks on the road. They've done that. Only their second loss in the last 12 games. What, if anything, did you see that maybe wasn't quite up to snuff last night as opposed to the 7 games in a row they won?
Well, I think Jean-Luc talked about it before the game in that there was just a little bit of sloppiness, which you expect. And you heard Charlie Coyle, who used to play here in Boston, say the ice was real rough, So when you're not quite on top of your game and the ice isn't cooperating with you and you're playing a hot goaltender, there's really not a whole lot to complain about. There's not a whole lot to pick apart, but those things were working against you last night. And those are the things that they hopefully will not be working against them when they get back home Saturday night to take on the Islanders, because they played pretty well. Rick Bowness was pretty happy about it, but just didn't get the result tonight.
Dave Maetzold from the FanDuel Sports Network, our guest here every Friday morning on the Blue Jacket Report. And Dave, you mentioned the Islanders game. Man, it doesn't get much bigger than this right now in the race for the wild card spot, does it?
No, because the Islanders won last night, right? So they won in overtime in Montreal, a 3-point game, which is the last thing the Blue Jackets wanted. But they've got an opportunity here now to creep 2 points closer to them and to hold them at bay by beating a team that they're chasing. So, I mean, this is the fun of the push, right? I mean, this is what they've gotten themselves into, is the opportunity to make each one of these games matter. And obviously winning them is paramount. Being there and getting this playoff type experience is so good for this team, and I just hope they make the most of it.
Big game at Nationwide Ice tomorrow night at 6. Mets, thanks so much. We'll be watching.
Anytime, Woody.